stop. If you've eaten anything in the last 30 minutes, put down whatever you're holding right now, because the next thing you do could be quietly damaging your heart. Not tomorrow, not next year, tonight. I'm a cardiologist. For the last 22 years, I've stood beside more than 4,000 patients in emergency rooms. Men in their 40s, women in their 30s, people who thought they were perfectly healthy until they weren't. And you know what almost every single one of them had in common? It wasn't their weight. It wasn't their genetics. It wasn't even their diet. It was what they did in the 60 minutes after they finished eating. That's the window nobody talks about. That's the silent zone. And what happens in that 1 hour can decide whether your heart keeps beating strong for another 40 years, or whether you become just another statistic in a hospital report nobody bothers to read. Let me tell you something most people will never hear from their family doctor. After a meal, your body enters a state called postprandial stress. In plain language, your blood thickens. Your heart works harder. Your arteries become hypersensitive. Your blood sugar spikes like a wave. And for the next 60 to 90 minutes, your cardiovascular system is the most fragile it will be all day. This is when heart attacks strike. This is when strokes silently begin. This is when the damage that kills people 10 years from now actually starts. And yet, millions of people right now, as you're listening to my voice, are doing things in this exact window that are accelerating their death. Things they were told are completely normal. Things their parents did. Things their friends still do every single day. Today, I'm going to expose 5 of them. 5 habits, common, harmless looking, habits that top cardiologists are now begging the public to stop. Habits that thicken your blood. Habits that scar your heart muscle. Habits that turn a healthy meal into a slow-motion attack on your arteries. And number one? Number one is something you probably did today. Maybe even this afternoon. Something so ordinary, so socially accepted that no one would ever suspect it. But when I show you the science behind it, the study from the Journal of the American Heart Association, the autopsy reports, the patients I've personally lost, you will never do it again. Ever. But before we get to that one, I need you to understand something. This isn't about scaring you. This is about saving you. Because the truth is, your heart doesn't fail suddenly. It fails slowly, quietly, day by day, meal by meal, choice by choice. The people who live to 90 with strong, clean arteries, they aren't lucky. They aren't gifted with magical genes. They simply know what not to do after they eat. By the end of this video, you will know it too. You'll know exactly which 5 habits to stop tonight. You'll know the science of why they're slowly killing you. You'll know the simple 2-minute replacements that could add 10 years to your life. So here's my promise to you. Stay with me till the very end. Don't skip. Don't scroll. Because the order matters. We're starting with number 5, the least dangerous, and climbing all the way up to number 1, the one habit that quietly takes more lives every year than smoking. Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Sit up straight. Because what I'm about to tell you might just be the most important 8 minutes you watch this year. Let's begin. Let's start where most cardiologists do, with the smallest mistake. Because even the smallest mistake, repeated 3 times a day for 30 years, becomes a heart attack. Habit number 5, drinking ice-cold water right after your meal. Picture this. You've just finished a hot, heavy lunch. Your stomach feels full, and right there on the table, a glass of chilled, ice-cold water. You grab it, you gulp it down. It feels refreshing. But what just happened inside your body is anything but refreshing. The moment that ice water hits your stomach, 3 things happen in less than 60 seconds. 1, your stomach blood vessels constrict hard. 2, your digestive enzymes slow down by nearly 40%. 3, the fats from your meal begin to solidify. Yes, solidify. Like cooking oil hitting a cold pan. That thick, half-digested sludge, it sits longer in your intestines. Your blood pulls fats from it in a sticky, viscous form. And now your heart has to pump that thicker blood through arteries that are already under postprandial stress. I once had a patient, 47 years old, fit, a weekend runner, no family history of heart disease. His only vice? A full liter of ice water after every single meal. He thought it was healthy. He came to me with chest pressure he couldn't explain. His scan showed silent plaque buildup that shocked even the radiologist. The fix: avoid anything ice cold for 45 minutes after a meal. Sip warm water or water at room temperature. That's it, a 2-minute change. A lifetime of protection. Now, habit number 5 is the gentle one. Number 4 is where it gets serious. Habit number 4, taking a hot shower. Right after eating, this one is everywhere. Children do it, adults do it, grandparents do it. You eat, you feel sluggish, you step into a warm shower to feel fresh. And in that single moment, your heart enters a danger zone most people don't even know exists. Here's the science. After a meal, your body redirects 30 to 40% of your total blood supply to your stomach and intestines. That's its top priority on digestion. But the moment hot water hits your skin, your body panics. Your surface blood vessels dilate. Blood rushes outward, to your skin, your arms, your legs. Your stomach is suddenly starved of blood. Your blood pressure drops. Your heart races to compensate. And for anyone with even slightly weakened arteries, this is the exact mechanism that triggers what we cardiologists call a postprandial cardiac event. A study published in Circulation Journal, one of the most respected cardiology journals in the world, found that older adults who showered within 30 minutes of eating had a measurably higher risk of fainting, irregular heartbeat, and sudden cardiac events. I'll never forget Mrs. Sharma, 58, diabetic, otherwise stable. She ate lunch. She walked straight into the bathroom. Her family found her on the bathroom floor 11 minutes later. She survived, but the ECG that night told me a story I've now seen too many times. Her heart had skipped beats. Her blood pressure had collapsed. The combination of digestion and heat had simply overwhelmed her system. The fix: wait 30 to 45 minutes after a meal before bathing. If you must shower, keep it lukewarm, never hot, never freezing, and never, ever steamy. 2 habits down. 2. But here's where things change. Because the next one, habit number 3, is something 8 out of 10 people watching this video are doing every single day after their meal. They think it's relaxing. They think it's harmless. Some even believe it helps digestion. It does not. In fact, this next habit is silently stiffening the arteries of millions of people across the world. And most don't realize it until it's already too late. Ready for number 3? Then take a breath, because this one hits a lot closer to home than you think. Take a breath, because what's coming next will change how you look at every cup and every cigarette you've ever held after a meal. Habit 3. Drinking tea or coffee. Right after your meal. It's the most loved ritual in the world. In India, the post-meal chai. In Italy, espresso after dinner. In England, the afternoon tea. In America, coffee with dessert. Different countries, different cultures, the same silent damage. Here's what no one told you. Tea and coffee contain compounds called tannins and caffeine. Beautiful in the morning, dangerous after a meal. Within minutes of that first sip, tannins bind directly to the iron and calcium in your food, blocking more than half of the nutrient absorption your body desperately needs. That's documented in decades of peer-reviewed nutrition research. But the heart side of this story is worse. After a meal, your blood is already thicker, your heart rate is already elevated, and the caffeine you just drank narrows your blood vessels even further. Exactly when your heart needs them wide open. Long-term studies on adults who routinely drink caffeinated beverages right after meals show measurably stiffer arteries within just a few years. And stiff arteries are the #1 early warning sign of a future heart attack. I had a patient, Mr. Kapoor, 62, 3 cups of tea a day, every single one of them right after a meal for 30 years. He came to me one morning when his blood pressure simply would not come down. I asked him, "When do you drink your tea?" He said, "Right after every meal, doctor. My whole life." He looked at me, and he understood. The fix. Wait at least 60 minutes after eating before any tea, coffee, or caffeinated drink. Crave warmth? Warm water with lemon. A weak decaffeinated herbal tea. Anything but caffeine on a fresh meal. That's habit number 3. Habit number 2 is where I have to be brutally honest with you. Habit number 2. Smoking immediately after a meal. If you smoke, or if someone you love smokes, please don't skip this part, because here's a truth most smokers will never hear from their family doctor. A single cigarette smoked right after a meal is several times more damaging to your heart than the same cigarette smoked at any other time of the day. Let that sink in. This isn't an opinion. This is what every cardiology textbook teaches new doctors. It's what every chest physician knows. And it's what every smoker deserves to know. Here's why. After a meal, your body is in its most absorptive state. Your bloodstream is open, your arteries are dilated. Every molecule that enters your blood gets in faster, deeper, and more completely than at any other time of day. So when a smoker lights up after lunch or dinner, nicotine, carbon monoxide, tar, and dozens of known toxins flood the bloodstream at maximum speed. Your arteries spasm, your blood pressure spikes, your heart muscle cries out for oxygen and gets carbon monoxide instead. This is the exact biological storm behind what cardiologists call the post-meal heart attack. Research consistently shows that a disturbingly high percentage of heart attack victims had smoked within 30 minutes of their last meal. I lost a patient to this. Rajiv, 51 years old, father of 2. He had already quit drinking, quit sugar, he was trying. But every night after dinner, 1 cigarette, just one. He told me, "Doctor, it relaxes me." His heart attack came 3 weeks later, on a Tuesday, after dinner. He never made it to the hospital. The fix. If you smoke, and I say this with love, not judgment, the post-meal cigarette must be the first one to go. It is the single most lethal cigarette of your entire day. Drink a glass of water, step outside for fresh air, chew sugar-free gum, take a slow walk. Anything but that cigarette. 2 habits to go. But before I reveal number 1, you need to brace yourself. Because habit number 1 isn't smoking, it isn't drinking, it isn't even something most people would ever consider unhealthy. In fact, your mother probably encouraged you to do it. Your grandmother swore by it. And tonight, millions of people across the world will do it, completely unaware that it is quietly stealing years off their lives. A landmark study from Greece, quietly making cardiologists everywhere lose sleep, tracked thousands of adults, and revealed something so disturbing the researchers issued a public warning to the medical community. Are you ready for number 1? Then meet me in the next phase. Because what I'm about to reveal is the one habit more cardiologists wish they could shout from the rooftops than any other on this list. This is the moment, the one I've been building you toward, the one habit that if you remember nothing else from this video, please let it be this one. Take a breath, sit up straight, because the number 1 most dangerous thing you can do after a meal, the habit silently behind more nocturnal strokes, silent heart attacks, and sudden deaths in sleep than any other on this list, is going to bed right after dinner. That's it. That simple. That deadly. Habit number 1, lying down or sleeping within 90 minutes of dinner. I know exactly what you're thinking right now. That's it. That's the number 1? I had the same reaction the first time my professor said it to me. 24 years ago. I laughed. Then he showed me the data. I never laughed again. In 2011, researchers at Harokopio University in Athens, Greece, published a study that quietly shook the cardiology world. They tracked hundreds of stroke survivors and matched them against healthy adults. They asked one simple question: how long after your last meal do you go to sleep? The result? People who waited at least 60 minutes between dinner and bed had measurably lower stroke risk. People who waited 2 hours or more cut their stroke risk by up to two-thirds. Two-thirds. Read that again. A simple 2-hour gap between your last bite and your pillow could be the difference between waking up tomorrow morning and never waking up at all. Now let me explain why. Because the science behind this is the most disturbing thing I've ever learned in cardiology. When you eat and then lie down within minutes, 3 catastrophic things happen inside your body. First, your blood pressure refuses to dip. A healthy heart lowers its blood pressure by 10 to 20% during sleep. Cardiologists call this nocturnal dipping. It's how your heart rests. It's how your arteries heal. It's how your body resets every night. But when your stomach is full, your body keeps pumping blood to digest it. Your blood pressure stays elevated all night. Your heart never rests for 7 hours every single night. Second, stomach acid rises into your esophagus. That burning sensation you sometimes feel? That's hydrochloric acid touching the soft lining of the tube that runs directly behind your heart. Month after month, year after year, it triggers chronic inflammation that radiates outward, straight into the muscle wall of your heart itself. Modern cardiology now links severe nighttime acid reflux to atrial fibrillation, the single most common cause of stroke in adults over 50. Third, and this is the killer, sleep apnea. A full stomach pushes upward against your diaphragm. Your lungs can't expand fully. Your oxygen drops. Your body panics. Your heart races. Your blood pressure spikes while you are unconscious. This is the exact biological setup behind what we cardiologists quietly call death during sleep. I want to tell you about Aman, 42 years old, software engineer, 2 children, 8 and 5. He worked late. He ate late. Most nights he finished dinner at 10:30 and was in bed by 11. His wife noticed he snored heavily. He brushed it off. His blood pressure was a little high. His doctor said, "Watch it." One Tuesday morning, his wife reached over to wake him for breakfast. He didn't wake up. A stroke had taken him sometime in the night. He was 42. His daughter still asks her mother when Daddy is coming home. I'm not telling you this to scare you. I'm telling you this to wake you up. Because somewhere, right now, a man your age, a woman your age, is finishing a late dinner, walking to their bed, lying down, not realizing that the hours between midnight and 4 a.m. are the highest risk window in the entire 24-hour cycle for a cardiac event. A full stomach in that window is gasoline on a fire. The fix, and this is the most important sentence of this entire video, stop eating at least 3 hours before you go to bed. If that's not possible, make it 2. If not 2, make it 90 minutes. Anything is better than 0. Make dinner your lightest meal of the day, not your heaviest. After dinner, go for a slow, gentle 10-minute walk. Nothing strenuous, just movement. Just enough to help your blood, your stomach, and your heart settle into peace together. Then, and only then, let yourself rest. Because the goal of this video is not just to help you fall asleep tonight. The goal is to make sure you wake up tomorrow, and every morning after, for the next 40 years. Take a breath, a slow one. I know that was heavy, but I didn't share any of this to leave you afraid. I shared it because I believe you deserve the truth that most doctors are too rushed, too tired, or too cautious to tell you. And here's the most beautiful part of everything I just told you. Your heart is more forgiving than you can possibly imagine. It doesn't ask you to be perfect. It doesn't ask you to live like a monk. It doesn't ask you to give up the foods you love, the meals you share, the family dinners that make life worth living. It asks for one thing, awareness. That's it. That's the whole secret. So let me bring it all together. One final time. 5 habits. 5 small changes. 1 lifetime of protection. Number 5, stop drinking ice-cold water right after eating. Sip warm, sip slow. Number 4, no hot showers within 30 to 45 minutes of a meal. Let your blood finish its work first. Number 3, put down the tea, the coffee, the espresso. Wait 60 minutes. Let your iron, your calcium, and your arteries breathe. Number 2, if you smoke, the post-meal cigarette must be the first one you quit. It is the most lethal cigarette of your entire day. Number 1, and the most important one, never lie down within 90 minutes of a meal. Make dinner your lightest meal, walk for 10 minutes after. Sleep on a settled stomach. That's it. 5 rules. Free. Simple. Backed by decades of cardiology research and capable of adding 10, 15, even 20 healthy years to your life. Now I want you to hear me very clearly. If you have done all 5 of these habits every day for the last 20 years, it is not too late. The arteries can soften, the heart can heal, the body can repair. I have personally seen patients in their 60s and 70s reverse years of damage, simply by changing what they did after their meals. Not what they ate, not how much, just what they did after. That is the quiet power of the post-meal window. That is the gift your body is offering you 3 times a day, every single day for the rest of your life. All you have to do is say yes to it. So here's what I want you to do. Right now, before you scroll away, before life pulls you back in. 1. Pick the one habit on this list that hit you the hardest, the one you knew was you, the one that made you flinch a little, and promise yourself, starting tonight, you will change just that one. Not 5, just 1. 2. Share this video with one person who eats late, smokes after meals, or runs straight to bed after dinner. 1 share, 1 person, 1 life. Possibly saved. That person could be your father, your mother, your spouse, your best friend. 3. Hit that subscribe button. Because next week, I will reveal the 3 morning habits that quietly damage your heart before you even step out of bed. You do not want to miss that one. And finally, I want to hear from you. Down in the comments, tell me honestly, which number was you? Was it the late night dinners? The cigarette after meals? The cup of chai you've been drinking your whole life? The hot shower after lunch? Be honest. Be brave. Because every single comment helps someone else realize they are not alone. And I read every comment. Personally. To the one person watching this video right now who has been carrying silent fear about their heart, their chest, their sleep, their breathing, I see you. You are not too late. You are not broken. Your heart is still beating right now, must for a reason. Take care of it tonight and every night after. Until we meet again. Eat well, breathe deeply, sleep peacefully, and live long.